not to get too fast forward into Machinima, like I remember, obviously you joined OpTic at one point, and then because who did you beat? Did you beat everyone?
I had to beat everybody. Sulfuric and Corrosive and Dietrich was not in it yet.
Yeah, you brought Dietrich in.
Who are the other people, man? Your brother, you.
That's it. 7.
No. I only Arsenic. Yeah.
You were the 7th.
The guy who's the one that was really Psychosis.
Never Turn Your Back.
Psychosis.
Yeah. He came way later though. No, it's like
no. Psychosis was in there when I got in. I had to beat him. It took me like 8 times, but I finally beat him. It wasn't like the rule wasn't you had to beat him on the first try. It's like eventually you just had to beat every single one of them once. I don't think you realize how fucking nervous I was that whole fucking thing. And then when I got the gamer tag and I did the OpTic wrong, I didn't capitalize I capitalized the C.
Yeah,
and I shouldn't have done that.
Jesus.
And then I told you, I was like, yeah, man, I was proud. I was like, look at this gamer tag. And you're like, you did it wrong. And I felt so much shame. I'm like, fuck, man.
I was like, what the
fuck? He's gonna think I'm an idiot.
No, but that point,
I'm 25. Like,
bro, how do you think I felt? I was fucking 29. You know what I'm saying? 29 beating the shit out of fucking 15-year-olds in a video game. And I'm like, and I used to talk mad shit.
What was that sniper clan that we had that
Rage. Oh. Dude, you shitted on them. And then you backed out. It was on, I remember...
Strike.
Strike.
And I was spectating with you.
Yeah, you were spectating.
Like Corrosive went nuts.
Yeah. Corrosive went off, and there was this one little kid. I remember it was like golden.
Look at these fucking pussies, man.
Yeah, you were like, he's playing like a total vagina, and I'm like, all right, I think it's privated in my thing.
Yeah.
But from there, I remember we were on the team for a very long time, and then a couple of years, like a year and a half.
I don't even think it was a year, man. Because I joined OpTic. I think like around the same time that I got the Machinima partnership. I think. No,
dude, because you left because of that partnership.
No, I left because I got the job at Machinima.
Yeah.
So which was in February of 2009.
What partnership though then? Where you can upload to them.
Yeah, you can upload to them.
Yeah. And they were such a big channel at the time because of the trailers. They were like an IGN of sorts. They were
massive at the time, and then they just got so much more massive after Modern Warfare 2 came out and Respawn kicked off.
Dude!
But then like Inside Gaming really started to do like good shit. Like they were doing good shit the whole time, but they like really exploded like after Respawn folded, and or maybe like around that time. There was some overlap there, and there were a bunch of like really talented people at Machinima that were making really good content. Some of them didn't get the kind of love that they deserved, and some of them did.
Yeah, Inside Gaming obviously was one of the better shows out there. With every single one of those people were fucking incredibly funny and talented, like on camera talent. I mean, obviously Funhouse that went to Rooster Teeth, and like that whole group, like everybody there was like that one building had so much talent in it that it fucking blew my mind that it got to where it is today, because I don't know. I think it changed the game. And again, this is one of the reasons why I got super upset. And I mean, I didn't make as big a deal like publicly as I wanted to, but I was really, really, really mad at it because Dominator's, 10 million view montage from Call of Duty was there. D-Treats' montage was there before Doggy-O.
Yeah.
It was Doggy-O.
That's right.
Doggy Treats at the time.
That's right.
That one. And then you have obviously all, like very selfishly, all my top 5 kill cams. Your Camp Hutches, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of YouTube gaming history that should be there forever as part of the platform. It is just as important as what was that guy's name that used to do the balls greater than 3 guy? He used to do clips from the he had dark wild hair. He was a funny guy. He was one of the main ones.
Equals 3, Ray William Johnson?
Yeah, Ray William Johnson. Like, I don't know if his is still around, but you know, those early times of YouTube that should be revered.
That I can understand that argument, like preserving sort of the genesis of that sort of like social media revolution that we were luckily a part of. You know, that I get that. Yeah, I'm just a little bit more removed from it. Like I guess mentally and emotionally, I just don't have a strong opinion about it.
Yeah. Well, look, when you said that you never thought that this would get to be a personality driven thing, I totally understood. And that sort of comes to the question that was here, because you've always struck me as not a full introvert, but you are like a private person that doesn't necessarily love the attention, but you were like loved by still loved by so many that you're just like in this place where you're just like, well, I guess I have to be this man for these people that are entertained by me.
Well, I thought by taking the job at Machinima and then being attached to someone as talented as Sark and Wood, they're both really good at conceptualizing something and then executing on their vision. I thought that just by going down here and just sort of like taking that leap of faith, that a lot of that reserved part of who I am, like the part of me that's really reserved, would kind of naturally go away. And that just wasn't what happened. So like, I remember to the very end, I hated doing game interviews with developers. It made me so nervous. It could have been a game that maybe even just 1,000 people played and nobody was talking about. But it's the whole process just made me so uncomfortable, to the point that my neck would physically lock up. Yeah. And so if you go back and watch some of if you go back and watch some of the old interviews, you can literally see me like this. And I'm like trying not to shake. Yeah. Because like I was so nervous with the whole thing.
And then you have Sark,
he's just total opposite. He can just be comfortable in like any situation and make any situation funny, which was good for me. Like I got a lot of that stuff did rub off on me, but there was so much about that job that just was not me in the slightest. And then they started taking directions that I didn't feel comfortable with, and then like that we had way more of a say in terms of the sort of content that we produced for like the first year and a half. Yeah. And then it was clear that we had no say. And if we were given something to sponsor, it didn't matter how stupid the thing was or how irrelevant it was to gaming or what, if it made Machinima money and they're cutting them, checks for whatever, $100,000, $200,000 or something, it was our job to get in front of the camera and just do that. And
you get paid for it.
But we got salaries. So
you get paid to do that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And obviously at the time, this hadn't happened where as a creator, you have so much say. Like you guys had all the say in the world. And the fact that I have my opinions about them letting go or not letting go, but sort of not forcing you guys to stay together and Respawn. That I was just like super like mad at that, because it was such a part of my daily life, like the Respawn shows or my weekly entertainment. Yeah. Like even now to this day, I get mad at Hitch and Maniac when they stopped uploading the Flycast, because I had that time allocated to where I was driving to a certain place, and if I run out of shit to be entertained by, I'm upset, and somebody needs to pay the price, and that was you guys back then, but. Anyway, getting ahead of ourselves. I remember me and my brother were driving towards the city. No, you can burp all you want. You just had two. What did you just have?
My new breakfast routine is 2 sourdough pieces of toast with an over easy egg on them with some chives, and then sautéed mushrooms and Italian sausage.
Did you offer me some when I walked in?
No.
Okay, just throwing it out there. Mm-hmm. I didn't notice either. I was just saying it.
I assumed you ate lunch like a grown-up.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Two actually. Anyway, so I remember my brother and I were driving towards the city. I don't know what we were doing, but you called and you were about to break the news that you were going to leave. And I remember like knowing that you were going to leave, but at the time I thought it was because either my brother or somebody was being super toxic to other people. No. And because you said, he's like, hey man, let's try to be honorable when we defeat clans or whatever.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
It sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah, and then it was like your brother kind of gets out a little bit. You know how my brother gets, and everybody knows.
Did I really complain about?
I don't know if you complained.
I love your brother. I know,
yeah. But he was like off the handle. It was like in the time where everybody was saying the F word so freely.
Oh man,
like not the fuck one, the other one.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, I'm like, all right, no, I understand. Yeah, we should be a little bit, better. But
I think it was the age of the people that we were playing. Yeah. It was like in my mind, I'm like, we're fucking calling like 15-year-olds fucking pussies.
Yeah. Yeah. I never minded. Okay, I just want to throw that out there.
Like in the beginning, I was like, yeah, fuck them, fucking pussies. And then I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm like 25 years old.
I never, I like the competitive person in me has never like looked at a 15-year-old man and said, I got to take it easy on the 15-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Never in my life. Anyway, so we're driving and I feel it. I'm like, man, look, if you're going to break up with me, just break up with me. Like I kind of broke the ice because, you know, you were having a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, I think you said like, you can just say it, bro. You can just say it.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And then my brother was telling me, he's like, no, tell him that he can be the leader of OpTic. And then we had it muted. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, and my brother looks at me. He's like, you're about to have Olivia. You're not gonna have time for this bullshit. And I was like, the fuck, I'm not. And then I was like, yo. Anyway, well, you know, that was that. And then you went on to do that. I remember you telling me that you can make money off of uploading videos to Machinima. And that you would put in a word, and you did put in the word, and we got in, and that was the moment that I knew that for the rest of my life, I was never gonna do anything else but play video games for a living. Like you telling me that, it's like you can make money off of that, and I'm like, get the fuck out. How much? And you're like, it's probably like $2 or $2.50 for every 1,000 views, and I would think about the
You're like
views.
doing that math in your head, like holy shit.
I'm like, yeah, because I'm like, I put myself in your shoes, and I'm like, you were getting like 70 to 75, sometimes 100,000 views a video, and I'm like doing the math, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
It was more than that. It was like a lot of those videos were getting 500,000 views, and then like once Modern Warfare 2 hit, and then it was like 2 million views, 3 million views per video.
Yeah, because
everybody was, you know, it was like a cultural event when that game launched. It was like the biggest entertainment launch in all of history. It grossed like over $1 billion in one day, and so everybody was like, you know, and YouTube was on the up and up back then too. So naturally, like a lot of people were just going on YouTube and searching Modern Warfare 2, and I realized that it wasn't hard to figure that out, but
yeah,
but you know, I saw a tremendous opportunity, and I was only thinking in terms of like months. I wasn't thinking in terms of years.
Yeah.
But then eventually it got to a point where it became clear, like, oh, this is like a life-changing situation that's occurring.